Hello guys, Matt Lemke here with Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. Today we're going to build the Stap Riders in this figure forge. I have the commander here. Depending on how fast this goes, I may only build the commander, but they pretty much get built the same exact way. Real quick, in the kit you come with everything you need to build two different possible poses for the leader, two flight stands, two full sets of flight stands, and these pieces right here, I don't know, yeah, you can see those, that aren't needed for this kit. These are for Clan Ren, for the jetpacks. They use the same flight stands, so you don't need those pieces in the model. So I have not built Stap Riders yet. This is my first attempt, but I've built plenty of droids, and let me tell you, they're pretty frustrating at times. Especially if you don't use something like a pair of tweezers. Yeah. So I am, for this guy, going to use probably the large one, the large clear plastic piece. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set. I'm going to put it a little bit right into the middle of the base. And today I'm going to use Stap Rapid Fuse. It's not as rapid as I would like, but it's rapid enough that I can probably build all this on camera without having to worry too much. So I'm going to set that there. And I'm going to put it right about in the middle. On the other build, I like to do dynamic poses. I'm going to do something a little bit crazier. I'm probably going to use the large and the small flight stand for it. I'm just going to set that off camera right now. I'm going to go ahead and build the base for the Stap. It's pretty self-explanatory with the instructions. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in each of these holes for the most part. And then I'm going to set that down, and I got too much glue on it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one for the other base. So if you're new to model building, or maybe you're just checking this out, I do a lot of different figure forges. I do a lot of different unboxings. I call them box breakings because when I first did it, I actually broke the box. It just kind of did some crazy stuff, and then I got tired of doing that. Different ways to break open a box. And I'm going to set that aside. Then I'm going to come back to this piece because it's probably set enough. Logical piece, the next logical piece for me is the jets. So this is the front, like that. This piece uses this little divot here to go into that hole. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for your clarity's sake, and I'll build in a smaller area. And you can really only put it in one way. I'm going to grab a paper towel. I'm going to use a lens wick thing. I got a little bit too much glue in there. And I'm going to set that down, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. A little less glue this time, maybe. Now, I'm notorious for getting super glue on my fingers when I do this kind of thing. So the best thing you can actually use for it is acetone or, well, nail polish remover, because that's the same thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the top on. And it's real simple. It pops on like that. Not a lot of glue is necessary. Too much glue makes a mess. Sometimes with these glue bottles, it's a pain in the rear end to get the right amount of glue. And that's pretty much the first one's about done. I'm going to do the same thing on the other rider, the troop unit. See, I got glue on my fingers. It wanted to stick to me. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put the, I'm going to call them fins. Let me hold it like this for you. So that goes to the front. It also goes above this part here. Like this. Slides into those grooves. Now, if I had a brush for super glue, I would probably use that, but I don't, so I wish I had some gel. I'm only going to apply the glue at the back portion so that when I slide this on, oh, and there is a difference here. Let's see, can you see it on camera? Yeah, so that is the top. See, it's got the little grooves there. The bottom is pretty much all smooth. Boom, done rider. Now, if you're doing this at home, you may want to stop after you've got the rider built and prime it and paint it. I always recommend letting your, oh shoot, that was way too much glue. That's what happens when you talk and do this at the same time sometimes. You get carried away. You may want to paint it before you put the model on here and prime it. Okay. A lot of times they keep like foam or cotton close to the camera so I can clean this stuff up. I sometimes get carried away talking while I'm doing this, and I can't, I don't do a very good job of paying attention to where I'm gluing. So, now that it's glued together, Stap Rider goes on here like this. On the stand, there's this little divot here, and then there's that. Just like that. You can, if you want, you can reverse it. You can file it down, and you can use this part, which I am probably going to do on my other model. Actually, that looks really good. I might do that. I actually like that a lot better, and it's going to be a lot easier to get the model on here unless you assemble the model first and then come through. Well, I'll do it that way this time. I'll do it this way, but in the future, I'm probably, and actually on the next one I build, I am definitely doing it this way because it's going to play better into the crazy pose that I want to do. So now I'm going to get glue all over my hands because we're going to assemble the whole rider. And this is usually the hardest part. So this is the front. I almost always do the head first. Mostly because it helps me tell the difference between the front and the back. And I am not very good with tweezers, as you might have noticed. So I'm going to set him aside for a moment. Now that I have the back of his head done. Oh, no, I don't have the back of his head done. It's stuck to my finger. You can buy an accelerant if you want to use accelerants for your models. I am not a fan of it. I don't like the smell of it at all. Set him aside, set all those pieces aside. I'm going to go ahead and real quick grab the other base and glue the tall one on it. No, I'm gonna use the small one. Right. I might use two small ones actually for what I want to do. I just want to have this set so that I can do that. I'm going to go ahead and glue the back of the head on him as well. Actually, before I do that, I got a little bit more cleanup to do here. You might be able to see that on camera. So I'm going to do that first. Glue his head on correctly. Every now and then you might see me put together a model on the backward side. Sometimes I do that on purpose to have fun. You can have a lot of fun with Separatists. I will probably have more fun with the Separatists doing crazy things on their rides than with them personally. There. That goes there like that. Set him aside. Grab the other one. Stay on camera for you. And then I don't know what I want to do with him yet. So, oh, well, I'll go over this real quick. So their arms go in the ride like this. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now to give that a little bit more dry time. Because I don't know if it's the humidity in the air right now in Ohio or if it's this particular glue. This is the first time I've ever used DAP's glue. Which one is this? That's the two-hand, I think. I think I'm going to use, well, whatever it is, I'm using this one now. There. That part's done. Now the question is, do I put the legs on here to assemble it? I think I do. I think I go with the legs for this particular model, and I glue them to the, oh my gosh, I glue them to the stand, because they go, they go like that. Not like this, because then you're gluing them to the handlebars. They go like that. Kind of like they have like they're standing on a pedal. And because, yeah, I am going to do it that way. I may have to stop, pause this video, and let this cure a while. Yeah, and anytime you do stuff like this, I have found it's much better to let the super glue dry pretty much 100% before you mess with trying to do anything else. Now with the Stap Riders, I don't know if that's going to be the case. And here, I'm going to grab the other rider real quick. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick with the leader so I don't confuse you. The bikes were easy enough to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put his front head on. Which the front heads are a pain in the rear end sometimes. If you don't let the glue set long enough and then you come back to work on it, and I don't mean the head, I mean the model in general, it's real easy to mess them up. I actually have some that I was just in a rush and I set it down to let it dry and it fell, and they're actually glued with their nose touching their body. He's going to do pretty good. Now the question is, what is easier? Is it easy? See, I just messed him up because I didn't let him set long enough. And I don't have any accelerant. I'm probably think I put that in upside down. Shit. Ha! Guess what I did? At least it looks like I did. I don't know if I can get that out of there. Oh well. I might have made a boo-boo. That's what happens when you get older and you need glasses. No, that's right. That's the only way I could have went in there. But man, that must be extra sprue that I didn't cut off. That sure looks like I got his hand on there backwards. Let's take a look. Well, that's that hand though. That's this hand. Interesting. Alright. So the question is, if I put him there, how are his arms going to hit that? I need an arm. Alright, so now we're doing a little test on the arm. I want that other arm. I want this arm. Come on. Yeah, he just fell over. That's why you need to be patient with your models. Alright. I think putting it on the base is going to be a bad idea. So, we're going to do this. We're going to glue his legs on him. Because they're fixed position to the body. So you can only put them on one way unless you cut off too much sprue. So I'm going to glue both legs on. And then I'm going to go like this just to get an idea. Oh, they do ride up there pretty tight. Going to be interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put... I'm going to glue both legs, and I'm going to set him aside, and I'm going to work on the other one for a couple minutes while this one, because this one definitely needs a break. And he'll still be malleable or pliable, so that when we come back and we go to put the arms on, the good news is they're 2-point connections, so there's a lot of room. Now, what I was saying before about where this goes, like this, you got a lot of room to play with the roundness and the flexibility, and I'm definitely going to have some kind of angle. The question is, am I going to prime it first? I don't know. They're going to have to be back there a little bit more. Anyway, I'll set him off camera. Grab this other one that I'm going to have fun with. I'm going to glue that in here. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with this one because I want him, he's going to be messed up. I already know that for a fact. I'm going to go ahead and glue his head on. This guy's saying, Roger, Roger. Alright. Now it's going to get... Oh, that's not going to work. I'll make it work. I don't know how I'll make it work. But I'll make it work. Oh yeah, it'll work. His arms aren't as bent. That'll work better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it like he's losing control of his bike. Although I'm going to say, man, I really don't like these connections. Did I maybe cut too much off? Look at that connection. I think I'm going to connect them on the outside. I would think that they connect like this. Well, maybe they do. Let's take a look. Hold him down here. Well, that's not what it shows in the instructions. I'll show you that real quick, but I think I'm going to do it that way for what I want to do. Oh man, there's too much glare. So you can see that the model's hands are down like you're traditionally riding a bike, like this, and they go in the center. What I don't see is a great way unless it's on the other side, to make that connection. Right there, I guess. But I'm going to turn it for this guy. Because I want that look. Which is going to be really difficult to do. What do I do first? I think I'm going to glue it here because, and we'll see what happens. Because I am making this guy crazy special. Gotta have fun with it, right? I mean, they all look the same. You gotta have some fun with it. Hey, he looks like he's a victory champion guy. I'm just going to leave him like that for now before I put his legs on. Set him off camera. Let's see if I can come back here and figure out the arms for the leader the way that they're supposed to go. Which is, that's the wrong arm. That's the correct arm but the wrong side that I want. This is the arm. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to get it as close as I can, and I do this with almost anything that I have to take time to dry on. I'm going to get as close as I can, and then I'm going to glue the point to the arm. I'm going to let it set as close to the handlebar as possible, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Don't get old, guys. Glasses are not helpful. And then you just kind of hold it and wait. That's it. And hopefully you don't knock them off the model. Like oh, don't drop them either. That doesn't do good things for your arm. Which, oh shoot, what's going on? I need a way to not stick my fingers to the model when it's drying. Now I should be able to set him off to the side. Probably need a good 20 or 30 minutes before I touch him again, which makes me very hesitant on touching the other model at all. Coming back to the troop, see, I messed up his head because I'm being impatient with the video and not letting stuff dry. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue him on here like this, with his legs outstretched behind him. And I think it's going to be very cool looking. I'm very much afraid to do that right now. Something like that. He's going to look like that. And his other arm is going to be reaching towards the handlebars. Like this. So, and yeah, I know his hand is there, but maybe I'll get some green stuff and try and epoxy it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue his arm on here as best I can. Something like this. Reaching for it. You know, and I mean, this is a hobby. Have fun with it. If you want everything to be, you know, rank and file, go ahead. That's what you want to do. I want these guys to be kind of comical the way they were in the movies with my own twist. So they're going to all, well, not all of them, but I mean, I have plenty of troops and stuff that are normal. I think I can glue the other arm on this guy and not do too much damage, which is the command arm, which is, I don't know what he's supposed to have there. I didn't pay enough attention to it when I opened it up 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months ago. Now I'm building. I think I just messed up his other arm. Again, be patient. Let the glue do its job. Once it's done its job, you can do other things. Now I basically have to start over with this arm. Sorry about that. Trying not to touch the other arm while I'm doing this is really difficult. I think I might just have to wait. There we go. Now I can set them aside and let them dry as long as I want to wait. And then, yep, all I have to do is push them forward a little bit. Okay, so there's that. His base will go like that. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, so I can have one that's actually completed for this video. I don't know how long I'm going to have to hold this to let this dry. So I can speed this up here in a minute. Wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I blame the super glue. So I set them off camera. I think that's going to work. Bring this back in here. So the next step is to put some glue on this guy over here like this. And I'm probably going to stop here. Well, no, I want you guys to see this finished. So except that he is not dry enough to be doing this with. So I have to call it quits for a while. I just glued in my hand. Maybe I can get his legs on him. There. I am going to put his legs on. Both of them at the same time. Because I'm brave. And then I'm going to stop filming for a while. I'm going to come back and finish it up. And I'm probably going to, I am going to lose his darn arm. I'm still putting his legs on now. And I'm do that. Straighten that one out a little bit. I'm going to straighten this one out a little bit. If I can get it in there. There. Let go. Let go. Messed up his head. Wow, I really messed up his head. I like it better though. And then I can put this back on, lay that down there, oops, flip it over. I think that's how I want them. He's going to go on there like that. I want that a little bit more turned. And part of that's why this is actually so hard to do. You're going to be holding on like that. I have to set that off to the side, let that dry a good bit before I can do anything else. So let's see if I can get my boss here. So my boss, oh, the angle's a little, he's a little bit whacked, so I'm going to just hold him now. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll be back in a few minutes to finish up. Alright, I'm back and I'm here to finish up on the Stap Riders. This is the leader finished up. Okay, as you can see, he's got, well, I gotta zoom out a little bit of life to him flying. This is the rider for the the rider. This is for the one that I'm having fun with. And as it turns out, I'm going to be able to glue him. I was going to glue him on here like this with one hand, but it looks like I'm going to be able to do both. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to hold this while he dries, I'm sure. So, here he is. Almost finished and dry. I am probably, in fact, I know I'm not going to go ahead and glue him on the base until after I've painted him. And I'm probably, I'm probably going to glue this on here like this into that hole. I know that's not the norm, but in order to get him over the base, I need him to be farther forward. Maybe I'll change this up a little bit and do something different. But I want to be able to paint him really well. So I'm going to leave him off until I prime him. But the finished product is going to look something like that. I do need to put their backpacks on yet. I'm just going to do that off camera. This video is already pushing probably 35 minutes. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions or requests, I think one of the next ones I'm going to do is Droideka's after I get a little bit of practice in. But the two Stap Riders, not so bad from start to finish. Most of my problems were with waiting for glue to dry, which I think is most of the problems for most models. There's not too many models I haven't been able to put together in the time that I started doing this about 10 years ago. So, Thanks for watching. Have a great time. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Have a great day. Hi guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know. You're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.